Hello, everyone. My name is Mina Fornerod, and I'm Digital Marketing Manager of NetGuardians. I'm together with my colleague, Eric Margaryan here, our Regional Director for Asia. Eric is based in our Singapore offices, and I'm traveling from our headquarters in Switzerland. Well, 67 billion US dollars. What can it represent? It can be nearly 300,000 Ferraris. That's a lot of cars, right? Or it can be approximately 1.5 times market capitalization of UBS, the world's biggest private bank. Well, actually, $67 billion was the estimated banking fraud cost of only 2014. 70% of this was internal, so 70% internal fraud, and most remains undetected. So $67 billion was only the discovered loss, only the tip of the iceberg. There's a problem here, right? Banks are losing lots of money, as well as customers' trust and reputation. Majority of the banking fraud remains undetected, and when it's detected, it's often too late. Money is already out of the bank. What if we told you that we could actually detect even the most complex fraud types in real time? Today, we will show you how through a little fraud story. And for this fraud story, let's imagine for a second that we are the risk manager of a reputable bank in Hong Kong, and we receive a real-time violation alert by SMS. So NetGuardian software solution sent us this SMS, and actually this transaction was blocked due to the violation. So you see, this is very important, because the fraud was already detected even before it happened, and there was real-time block, right? And this fraud case that we are going to represent now is only one fraud type that we cover at NetGuardians, and we would be happy to show you other use cases at our booth. Now, we go to our dashboard of NG Screener, our user behavior analytics software platform, to understand what really happened, and then to investigate further. And today, we are particularly looking at employee collusion. Remember, 70% is internal. And when we look at the violations overview, there are automated reports. And automated reports show that there's a username called Peter who has done lots of violations, and he's definitely a concern for us today. He's also appearing here on the top when we look at violations per users. Who is Peter? Peter is our decent back office employee. He's been working at our bank for several years. So that is strange. Now let's stay a bit with Peter and use this business reference that is created and that is actually related to Peter's actions to see what he specifically did. And when we go and hit a business reference as a filter, we see that he both input on authorized a transaction of half a million. So this was the block transaction, and he basically violated the control on 4-eyes bypass, 4-eyes checks, because he has no right to both inputs on authorize a transaction, right? So this is very strange. It doesn't look like Peter, so he might have worked with someone else, right? And let's stay with Peter for a while, a bit more, and then go to forensic. And actually, NetGuardian software platform leverages on big data to correlate and analyze user actions continuously without stop across the entire banking system, including financial transactions, channels like e-banking, mobile banking, ATM, and IT layers. And this is really our unique approach. And in Peter's case, we see that he has some actions on financial transactions and nothing on IT layers. Now, to understand if Peter really worked with someone, collaborated with someone internally from the bank, and committed fraud, we have to look at the bigger picture, right? For this, we have to look at all user actions that happened across the entire banking system and somehow linked to Peter. For this, we simply type Peter in the search box, and this will give us all user actions that happened at the bank and that is linked to Peter. When we do this, we suddenly see 2 actions under IT layers. Remember, before there was 0. And we see a new name here, Monica, new user. Who is Monica? Monica is our IT administrator, and we know that actually Peter and Monica, they are quite good friends, and their kids go to the same school. So this is very, very suspicious. We continue our investigation with one last step, and we go to IT layers to see what Monica specifically did. And when we go there, we see that Monica, she simply entered a comment, and she upgraded Peter's access rights so he can both input and authorize a transaction of $500,000. So we are devastated, right? Our bank's two long-time trustable employees work together to commit fraud. So this banking fraud actually can happen at any bank, anytime. Because wherever there is human, there is risk, right? And what we basically did here is that we correlated user behaviors across the entire banking system to actually detect and discover a complex fraud type. And if you're using, for example, a solution looking at financial transactions only, what would happen? It would see $500,000 transaction, right? And nothing else. It would simply stop there. But thanks to our groundbreaking, very unique, holistic approach, we could actually understand, correlate all these user behaviors, and really identify the fraudsters with 100% reliability and prevent fraud in very real-time, timely manner. And this, as I was saying, this fraud case is only a small portion of what we can do at NetGuardians. We have over hundreds of controls, customizable for banks, both fraud and regulatory challenges. So we would be happy to welcome you at our booth after the demo, so we can show you how we can help you further with your operational risk challenges. Thank you very much.